get this recorded really quick. All right, and this is for veteran testing coordinators for WriteToLearn. All right, like I said, there's my name, my email, and my phone number, so if you ever need to get a hold of me. And what today will look like, we're just going to talk about the requirements. They're the same as last year. And then WriteToLearn demo, I'll just go in as if I was an administrator and show you the different things that administrators should do in there. And then I'll just talk about accessing WriteToLearn. And then at the end, if there's questions, we'll have a Q&A session. So first off, state compliance is the exact same. All students in grades 5, 7, and 10 are required to use WriteToLearn. They must submit 2 separate writing submissions, so to 2 different prompts, and they must be essay prompts. In the program, there's essay prompts and there's summary prompts. Only the essays will count. Teachers can use summaries as much as they want. They can use the essays as much as they want, but all we look at is that the students type to 2 different essay prompts in WriteToLearn. And students will have any time between September 3rd and April 30th. Hopefully it'll be open by September 3rd. Kind of having issues right now with WriteToLearn or with Pearson getting that uploaded. So hopefully we can get that in there as soon as possible. Just waiting to see if we can get that. All right, and then tracking student compliance. I will check compliance throughout the year and check off students who have completed 2 submissions. And if I get reports from Pearson about once a month, and starting second semester, I'll start sending you each year district's reports just like I did last year, and you'll be able to see which students haven't completed the 2 essays and which ones have. And if you have a new student, you can email me just to check to see if the student has completed submissions at their previous school. So if a student transfers in and they completed 1 or 2 essays at the previous school, those will still count. So they wouldn't have to do those again at your district. And then final compliance report will be May 1st, 2014. So after April 30th, no more essays will count. So everyone has to get them in by April 30th to count. And then if you have, or for alternate students that take the D-Step A, they are required to take the alternative writing assessment or participate in WriteToLearn as indicated on their IEP. So the alternate writing assessment follows the same guidelines. There's 2 submissions. And you can find more information at this website right here. And then for more information, or if you have any questions about this, you can contact Michelle Martin. And her email is michelle.martin@state.sd.us. And then also students who participate in the D-Step A may meet the writing assessment requirement by using the WriteToLearn program if it is appropriate for their learning needs. And materials provided, this is the same as last year as well. The state will purchase WriteToLearn licenses for all students in grades 5, 7, and 10, no matter if you're public or private or all schools. And also there's a built-in 10% overage. I have that wrong in my PowerPoint. I'm sorry about that. But 10%, so that means that if your students, maybe from last year, your enrollment went up, and because we have just the set amount of students in there as last year, but if they went up, then there's this overage, so you can add more students than you had last year, up to 10%. And this can be accessed once 90% of allotment is used. And communication with districts, the only person I will contact about the list or which students have not completed WriteToLearn yet is you. So what you'll have to do as a testing coordinator is email out all the information to the teachers, mainly English teachers, but whoever's using WriteToLearn in your district. And if you want teachers to be on the WriteToLearn listserv, I do email occasionally over the WriteToLearn listserv as well, so you can have your teachers join that WriteToLearn listserv. Okay, and I went through that pretty quickly just because it's all the same as last year. Are there any questions at this time? Okay, if not, I will go out to the live site. Maybe. Okay, so, and also if you remember last year, I sent out or your links and then how to log in. And your login will be just the same as last year. It'll be admin1 dash your 7-digit school code. And if you don't know what your school code is, up in the URL, you'll have a 7-digit number up there. This one's not because it's demo, but you'll have a 7-digit number up there, and that's how you find your school code. So you don't have to memorize them all. You can just look at the link and see what number's up there, and you just type that number. So maybe it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then your password right away is just going to be change me, like it was last year. I'll explain all that in the email when I send it out after we get all the students uploaded in WriteToLearn. Okay, so this is what it will look like once or after September 3rd comes. Hopefully it'll be September 3rd. It'll say your school name up there, licenses remaining. You can see your student performance. That's where you go just to see all your scores and see how your students did, how they performed. So then you may want to edit your profile. So right away you can change your password to whatever you want it to be. Just remember what your password is because it is not easy to get your password sent to you. So that one you do have to remember. And then on the main menu, this roster reset, do not push that. That'll take all the students out of your roster, so you'd have to enter them in individually. So you do not want to push roster reset. They shouldn't even have that button there. Just make sure you never push roster reset. I can't emphasize that enough. All right, and then setup, if I go to students, this is where if you have a student that transfers in and you need to create a student, this is where you would do it, create accounts. Or maybe you have to edit accounts, this is where you would do that. You can search by any grade. And also if your school does not use Infinite Campus, or maybe your Infinite Campus wasn't ready on time, you can upload your roster file here. And there's detailed instructions on how to do that. None of you should have to do that because we will get the data from Infinite Campus. Working on doing that today. And then Teachers tab. This is where you can create your teachers. If you click on the teachers, here's all the accounts that will be at your school. And teacher accounts are preserved. There's no limit to how many teachers you have. And you can edit any teacher here. So let's say, I think, yep, there's a Matt Gill there. So notice here is Matt Gill's account. If I wanted to delete it, I could do that. I could change the password, change the login. So you will set up the teacher's logins and passwords. So you'll want to talk with them to see what they want their username and password to be. And you can set that. To create a new teacher, exact same as it has been, click on new account and you just choose their login. So let's say I'm creating one for B. Smith. I set the password. And then you type in their name. So that's the exact same as last year. Create the account. And if that username is already being used, it won't let you create the account. Huh, there is already a B. Smith. So then that means that this one's already created. So that's just how you create teachers. And you just always select new account and then it'll pop up this and yeah. And then classes tab. And this can be handled by either the testing coordinator or it can be handled by the teacher, just whatever works for your districts. So let's say Gil's writing class. Here's the students in it. This is where you would enroll new students to the class. You can take students out by selecting them, but a teacher probably, I guess you both have access to it. You can edit accounts. So that's all done here. I'm guessing teachers will set up their own classes. And then if they need to create a class, they just click on Create New Class. And they type the name of the class. They choose the teacher. So maybe I do Bailey Smith. Demo class. Create class. And then this is where you can enroll students. So you can search for students. I don't know if there's students in here yet. Maybe it's just 10th graders. And then you just select them, those students that are in the class. And just so you know, if you have students at different levels, so maybe you want all of them in one class and then maybe 3 students in another class, you can give them the exact same prompt. But to the one class, you can, the teacher can lower the passing threshold or make it so they have more chances or lower words per, or minimum words. So you can make accommodations that way, and the students never even know that they're in different classes. So that's the classes. And then if you have a new student entering the school, that is where you'll want to click on Students, and then you can create accounts. And this is just where you would type in the student. So maybe it is, we'll just stick with Bailey Smith. Grade, maybe she's a 10th grader. Login will be their 9-digit SIMS number, so the 9-digit state number like it was last year. And we just ask that you always set it as the 9-digit state number, just because if the student transfers, then we can link them together. So it is very important that their login is the 9-digit SIMS number. Last year, a lot of districts created their students and they made up their own usernames, and it really messed things up. So we just always ask that you use the 9-digit SIMS number. And then password, same thing, just so everyone knows what their password is. It's going to be the first 4 letters of their last name, and then their birth month and birthday. So let's say they're born on, let's say, July 20th. So it would be SMIT, because that's the first 4 letters of Smith, and then 0720, born on 7/20. Let's say you have one where the last name is only 3 letters. What you would do in this instance is just type in the first 3 letters and then their birth date. So even though there's only 3 letters, you just enter in those 3, don't just leave it like that. And if it's more than 4, you just cut it off at 4. And then if you click submit, then the students are created. But once they're created, then you have to enroll them in a class. So then the teachers or you would be able to enroll them in a class. You're the only ones that can create students, though. And I will ask, are there any questions at this time? All right, and then last thing in this, if a student leaves your school, so maybe they transfer out, students cannot be deleted, but what will need to happen is that students need to be unenrolled from the classes. So, and only teachers can do this. So if I log in as a teacher, so here's what it looks like to a teacher. if I go to my classes, and I just showing you this so you can show your teachers to talk to them about it. Maybe my demo account student left. So what I would do is down here, here's unenrolled students. If I click that, then right now they're checked as enrolled, but if I uncheck that and submit, it'll take that student out of the class. And then they'll still sit in your list, and they'll still be on the reports, but they're unenrolled, and that's all you can do about it. And if I send it out, then you just let me know that they left your district, and that's that. So it's not too big of a deal. Once you get them unenrolled, then you don't have to worry about them anymore. All right. And it looks like we have a question. I'll just check it real quick. Okay. Are there any questions at this time? I saw someone had their hand raised. Okay, so if you do have a question, you can just type it into the Q&A box and I can answer it. Oh, and one thing I did want to show you, you probably all know about this, but just in case, I was going to show you, just for the Department of Education WriteToLearn pages. So if I go to doe.sd.gov, this is the South Dakota Department of Education homepage. And if I hover over Assessment Accountability, hover over Assessment, way at the bottom is WriteToLearn. So if I click that, this is just the WriteToLearn page. It tells all the state requirements, an overview of it. There's documents for teachers. All the webinars will be posted here. So if you have teachers that can't listen in on the webinar, they will come to this website to view them. New teachers, they're required to watch one of the recordings or be in one of the live webinars. And then here's all the documents. Participating teachers, we ask you to fill out that and send it to me, just a list of teachers in your district that are using WriteToLearn. And I create a spreadsheet of all these teachers, so if I need to email them, I have all their email addresses and the handbook. Pretty much all documents you need are right there. And then here's all the times for the webinars again. And if you need to order off-grade licenses, so that's like 4th, 6th, 8th, 9th, 11th, and 12th grades, you would get those from Carrie Austin. She works for Pearson. So here's her contact information right there. Technical requirements are here. And once again, here's my information. Just want to make sure this is out there as much as possible, just so if there are questions, you can get a hold of me. And if it's questions about the technical side of WriteToLearn, maybe the scoring you don't agree with, or something, it's just not working on the computers, you can contact technical support. You can either email them. They have email, chat, and other product supports. And they also have a phone number so you can talk to them in person. And they have their hours when they're open. So contact them if you're having any troubles with WriteToLearn. So that is the WriteToLearn website. And I do see we have a question. I'm just going to get back to the slide. All right, the question is, are our testing coordinator's passwords the same as last year, or do we have to do the admin one and 7 digits and the change me password again? So yes, right away, password will be just the change me. Username is always just the admin one dash your 7-digit school code. Password right away is going to be all lowercase change me, all one word. And we do that just so everyone's on the same playing field, everyone has the same, so if they can't remember last year, they don't have to worry about it. And right when you type in that change me, it'll ask you for a new password, so then you can modify it to what you want it to be. Just remember what you put it as, either put it in an email or write it down somewhere. Okay, and like I said before, you should be able to access the program September 3rd, but I will let you all know exactly when you can. Account administrator logins have reset, just like I said. I will email district URLs along with username and passwords to all testing coordinators. And right away, here's your default username, admin1 dash your 7-digit code. And then default password, just change me. And I said this too, teacher accounts and passwords will be preserved from last year. And we're working on doing it today, but hopefully the data file will be pulled today. I have it pulled, I just need to get it sent to WriteToLearn. And it includes all grades. That says 3 through 12, but I have 4 through 12 in there. And off grades will only be visible once off grade purchase is processed by Pearson. And any new students to the district after this date will need to be added manually. And just remember, when you're adding new students, username must be student's 9-digit SIMS number. You only have to do this for our new students because we upload all your students. Your password should be the first 4 letters of the student's last name plus 4-digit birth month and day. Once a student account is created, the student must still be enrolled in a class. So you create the student, then you enroll them. And either you or a teacher can enroll them, but you have to create the account. And I showed you where to find the document. I just ask that you just include all teachers who will be using the program for state assessment purposes. If you could just email that to me by Friday, October 25th. And testing irregularity, this only needs to be filled out one time, so it needs to be filled out and then I'll file it for the year. And that's just saying which students didn't take it and why. And teacher trainings, only new teachers need to go to a training. Veteran teachers, it's optional, just like this training. And always our sessions are recorded just because teachers are busy and testing coordinators, and you don't always have time to watch a webinar, so we always record them. And here's the schedule, but it's on the website as well. And off-grade licenses, this is the same as last year. They will be $10 per student, and it is an annual license. It'll last all year. And once you have a license, students can use it as much as they want. Some use it like 15 times, right? 15 essays in there. Some districts do that. And the state ones, 5th, 7th, and 10th grade, those ones are free, but they have unlimited access. And these ones are $10 with unlimited access. And Carrie Austin is the contact person, the person you will contact directly to get these accounts for off-grade. And just final reminder, students must complete an essay prompt, or it's 2 essay prompts, so they need to write 2 different ones. Colony students must complete the writing assessment using the WriteToLearn program. There is no limit to the number of teacher accounts in a district. And what's nice about this program, there's great flexibility in how the program is used in your district. So teachers can make it fit right along with their instruction just because they can make up their own prompts. So if they're talking about Romeo and Juliet, they can write a prompt about Romeo and Juliet and have their students write an essay to that. And there will be additional Q&A webinars available upon request. And additional trainings can be provided by webinar as well. All right, and this, what I ask from you is just make sure that you email me the list of participating teachers. Just that really helps me out just so I can get a hold of teachers. And I just need their names and their email addresses. Those are the main things I need. And just make sure all teachers and students have access to the program. If not, I can help you out with it. Or there's also, I believe, I heard that Pearson does have help guides too, just so like screenshots, just how to do everything. And they will be sending those to me as well. All right, if you have any questions, here's my contact information again. And wow, that's all the information I actually have. Are there any questions about any of this? All right, well, I'll stay on the line just in case there are questions, but that's all I have. So have a good day and have an awesome year, and I hope it goes well, just that everything goes well on WriteToLearn, and just let me know if there's anything I can do to help you out. All right, thank you. Have a good day.